Seduction, eh? Finesse. You know, finding my way around the Sheilas. I reckon I'm a pretty persuasive guy, eh? If you haven't noticed, you know, the wavy hair, you know, the sexy sex appeal, you know. Fuck us.
That wasn't on. Now it is. Yeah, bo. Right back again.
Can you hear yourself?
Tell your friends. Huh?
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah, I can.
I don't think I can hear myself.
No, you're not on, bro.
Oh, yeah. That's
No, up there.
right.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Some good shit, bro. Some real good
That's
stuff.
what brotherhood is for, man.
God damn it.
I gotta call you out when you're fucking tripping, man.
That's true.
You gotta turn the stuff on for it to work, right?
Yeah. You gotta turn the stuff on for her to work. So
Whoa.
is that what you said? Yo.
Bro, you're crazy.
I think we need a clap.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But we've already rolled. This is going in.
Oh, is this going in?
All of this is going in.
Damn.
Ready? Let's go.
One.
Wait, why? How are you gonna clap?
That's how I clap, bruv. That's
are you gonna do this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. 3,
2, 1.
Cheers, man. Sorry, man. Pardon me.
Is that how you cheers?
Sorry, bro.
Bro, eye contact.
Yeah.
It's nonsense.
So what is the meaning of that? Is it just like a cordial thing or?
I actually don't know what the origins of that are.
I think it's manners.
What that is. Manners, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine in the time of dragons and knights, you know.
Like that was a real time. Yo, my boy's tripping.
You would have to maintain eye contact, right?
Yeah.
And you know,
otherwise, somebody's gonna blaze you up with her dragons.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the formalities of jousting as well. You know, you guys know that you're going to kill each other, but there are set formalities that you need to follow prior to, you know, taking each other's heads off.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Yeah.
So manners are important.
Manners are important, man. Dude, it's fundamental. Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the MARIMBAS podcast. MARIMBAS because we're rhythmic, collaborative, and raw, baby. Yeah.
Just how you like it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Wait. You have to do the introduction, man. Like, who are you?
Damn.
Who are we?
Well,
yeah.
Shit. My name is Oluwasayo.
Oluwasayo.
Yeah.
Dope.
Oladokun is the last name.
Oladokun.
Should I give my last name? Should I give my full name?
It's late, man.
What's your full name so that I'm not in this alone?
My name is Losika. Just Losika.
Nah, dog. What's your last name?
Hey, man, I don't have a last name, man.
Listen, we're gonna meet that. We're gonna meet that in post. We're gonna meet that in post.
Hey, I'm doing the post, man.
Bro, it's not like my name is. You're doing the post?
Yeah.
It's not like my name is Alta Igo, man. I'm not gonna give my full credentials out here.
That's true. I mean, good luck for whoever's gonna try and search you up, because firstly, they need to know how to spell your name, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of a challenge right there.
Yeah, man. You're an elusive man, bro. Like, people think they have you, but they don't, you know?
What are you saying, man?
I don't know. You're very elusive, man.
Just the other day, you were telling me that you don't understand things that I say.
Yeah. Yeah. You have a tendency of
And it's funny because I hear that more often than I would like.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you think that perhaps affects I don't know how persuasive you are towards people, if maybe you're trying to get something out of them, or just yeah.
Well, I suppose maybe to a certain extent, maybe people just aren't at the same frequency as I am.
Oh,
or
yeah?
maybe I just need to improve my communication skills.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is it a matter of them being at the same frequency as you are, or is it a matter of you plugging into the frequency that they're at? Because I mean, I was talking about like persuasion, right?
Yeah, it feels like you're driving at something.
Yeah. So surely if you're going to persuade someone, they don't meet you where you are. You have to meet them where they are. Food for thought.
Coming from the master himself.
How about that? What? But I'm the master now.
I mean, you've already gone ahead and given us a bit of a gem in terms of how it's more effective to appeal or appease somebody else's emotional needs.
Yeah.
It's probably better to appeal to their emotions than to their mind.
You reckon?
Is what I'm pulling from what you're saying.
I mean,
are you a persuasive guy?
I wouldn't think I'm a persuasive guy, but I think people have a tendency to listen to me for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm a relatable guy. I'd go with relatable as opposed to persuasive. I'm a relatable guy.
This guy is cheeky, man. Yo, guys, I've known this guy for a long time. This guy has been a cheeky bastard since he was a kid. It's a natural thing of his.
Yeah.
And now he's here to preach the gospel in terms of how to get what you want from people.
Get what you want out of people.
So people listen to you?
Of seduction. Do people listen to me?
You said so. You just said so. Say with the chest again, nigga.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, people tend to listen to me.
Why?
Because I'm relatable.
Hogwash.
Maybe they're interested in what I have to say. Or maybe I'm just entertaining what they're already thinking. You know, people like to get validation on ideas that they already have. And if you're connecting with someone and you come to the table with something that they were already thinking, I think, you know, they're more susceptible to entertaining the conversation.
Do you do that on purpose?
No, I don't do that on purpose. I don't know. I generally think it feels more like an icebreaker for me to kind of maybe meet someone where they are. Yeah, and then thereafter, like the conversation kind of flows in whatever direction that, in an agreeable direction, I guess. Yeah, but I generally think it's a.
So you meet somebody where they are.
Yeah,
and the conversation goes in a agreeable direction.
Yeah, fluid, very fluid.
So you're conscious of that, of making sure that you meet them where they are.
Yeah,
and that the conversation goes in an agreeable way.
I guess that's also part of my personality, right? To kind of,
my friend, are a con artist. What?
I knew something was coming, man. I just want to make everyone in the room feel comfortable, you know, and that just so happens. It just so happens that that's how I go about conversation.
Wait, so do you tend to disagree with people sometimes?
No, I don't. I don't do enough of that, which is pretty bad. You know, I need to stand my ground more. But chances are that if we have a conversation going in the direction that someone would like for it to go, it's very seldom that we have a disagreement on anything, you know?
I suppose it is depending on who wants the conversation to go where. So are you in the driver's seat when it comes to that agreeable fashion? Because for it to be agreeable, somebody has to put something on the table, and it's either going to be accepted or rejected. So it sounds like you meet them where they are.
Yeah.
And then by your sorcery, you change
the dialogue or something.
You change the direction. After meeting them where they are, you've gained their trust.
Yeah.
And now it's going in an agreeable, predetermined way that you would have, thought of course, before engaging the conversation, making you a con artist.
Are you saying I predetermine or premeditate conversations?
Well, maybe not all the time, but I suppose what we're talking about is the art of seduction.
Definitely. Finesse, seduction, whatever you want to call it.
It takes some
okay.
See,
you're gonna hit us up with some Drake there, yeah? I thought you were gonna do a Bruno Mars. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, he does have a song out.
Yeah.
Is it with Cardi, right?
With Cardi. You want to belt that out?
I don't know what it sounds like. I forgot what the song is.
You got me tripping and fitness.
And that's how to...
It don't make no sense.
That's how to make somebody sing, ladies and gentlemen. Got him.
Yeah. Well, I saw that one coming. So did you finesse me into that one? Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. You gotta stay on your toes, man.
Damn.
You gotta stay on your toes.
Damn.
You weren't prepared to sing. So I just had to, usher you in the agreeable direction.
Yeah. That was smart, man. Very fitting.
What I've learned from you in terms of making people do what they want, because of course my man here is the master in that, is mirroring them.
Mirroring them.
So when you say meeting somebody where they are, I mean, it's not always, or let me just say, it's not only going to be a matter of where they are, mentally.
Yeah.
But I think physically too.
Yeah, it's. I guess it goes in all regards. It could be at what point of the day you're at, like physically as well. Yeah.
So I'm not like talking about if somebody is overweight and for them to relate to a view better, you're gonna eat like 5 burgers before that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like gestures, like physical gestures. So if you mirror somebody, I know it's far more engaging for the person you're talking to to see maybe themselves.
Oh, yeah?
So let's say they're talking to you and they fold their arms and then you fold their arms. Subconsciously, I feel like them looking at that opens them up more. In that, this person is listening to me. He's almost validating my actions. And I'm going to now just give him more or her more information.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of the tricks, because there's so many different ways I would imagine to, make somebody feel comfortable to relate to somebody, right?
Yeah. I don't think it goes as far as exactly mirroring every action that they're performing. Well, I mean, it probably goes as far as reading into how comfortable they are in the situation. So for example, if someone like folds their arms, it's suggested that they may feel slightly uncomfortable. So you could read into that and maybe keep a distance, or like make them feel comfortable by, I don't know, some people are very touchy in conversation. Some people will give you like a pat on the shoulder to kind of make you feel welcome, you know? Yeah. So maybe mirroring from my perspective, I'd think goes as far as reading the social cue, and then kind of dancing with that person, flowing with that person. So if that person indicates that they're remotely uncomfortable, maybe you take a little step back, but it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to, go as far as imitate their actions.
Yeah, I suppose it's far more nuanced than that.
Yeah.
Let me off this one, because this one is a serious business. Me being the kind of person I am, they assume that I am a scammer.
So, from your personal experience, Maestro, Maestro Fene,
I like how I'm the expert now when we're just having discourse.
Let me be honest with you. This is another technique.
All right.
Gassing people up is another technique.
That is true. That is actually true.
I'm going to make you feel good about what we're talking about.
Shit.
Like, I'm confident.
Like, this episode is about me. Damn. Yeah. Sheesh. Okay.
So who's the maestro? Maybe I am.
Damn, man. You long planted that seed. Sheesh.
I suppose I tend to hype people up. I like to give people confidence. I'm not the kind of person to, shut somebody down or make them feel a little. So I like people to feel confident in themselves, and you find that you get a lot more out of them when they're confident in themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
So from your experience, okay, so I mean, when we're talking about the art of seduction, it's not only sexual related, right?
Yeah,
but guys tend to do that.
I think
with the opposite sex, but it also extends to different ways in the business and at work. If you're trying to, negotiate a salary increase, or, if you want to get a little bit more respect out of a certain environment, which I think we can probably talk on more respect that is in another episode. Maybe the next episode.
I definitely think that's a topic.
So from your, perspective, or from your experience, how have you, navigated through this whole thing? in terms of the people, the different kinds of people you meet, and the different personalities and personality clashes. And getting what you want, because ultimately everybody is the star role in their own movie, and everybody else is supporting. So
characters.
how do you make sure your star prevails?
Yeah, that's interesting how you speak of it from, two perspectives. I definitely think younger version of myself had a very sexualized perspective of what seduction is.
You don't say.
Yeah, man. Like university days, everyone was trying to watch pickup artists and all that, and trying to learn like what it takes to coerce someone into doing something, or like chatting up a chick, or the cold starts, all those techniques. So definitely in my younger age, I had a different perspective of that, up until I was introduced to like the working world, the corporate world, basically. And I realized that as much as seduction can be classified in this highly sexualized way, it doesn't mean that it's negative, and it can be used in different forms to drive certain points and to get and to close certain deals.
The goal isn't only to have sex with somebody.
Is what you're saying.
would like to think so. I mean, depending on the kind of. I mean, look, your name isn't Quagmire, so
Quagmire.
Your name isn't Quagmire, so I definitely feel you on that point. But it's so interesting how. It's sort of like an open secret. How to get what you want, and the art of the seduction and maybe manipulation, if you will, entails exploiting your sex appeal.
To some degree. But some people just generally ooze of charm, man. There's some people who can walk into the room without being remotely suggestive, and they just know how to appeal to the room. They're just likable characters. So more often than not, though, apparently that's very common in I just lost the word, man. A narcissist person.
Okay.
Psychologically, apparently there is, there's something that relates a narcissist to someone who's highly charming. There's some correlation there, So most people who, have charm that's out of the charts, have a tendency of being narcissistic,
Are you narcissistic?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm actually an introvert, man.
That doesn't mean you can't be narcissistic.
Does it not?
I don't think so.
I mean, most narcissists appear to be extroverts. I don't actually. You know what? I like. Yeah, okay.
You told me something about somebody calling you out for being classist.
No, I mean, dude.
So classism, narcissism.
No, man. I definitely think a narcissist would be someone.
Two sides of the same coin.
Two sides of the same coin. No. Yeah. Anyways, where were we in the conversation? Speaking about narcissists, and I was saying there's certain people who can just walk up into the room, lighten it up, and like people are just naturally gravitated to them without being suggestive, without any kind of sex appeal. So I don't know.
Let me just say, without any sort of overt sex appeal. I feel like there's always sex appeal.
There's always sex appeal.
Come on.
For real.
Yeah.
What does sex appeal mean, though? Is that very much physical, Or is it?
I feel so. I think it's how you carry yourself. So sex appeal would be, I would describe somebody with, great sex appeal as somebody who's very confident.
Yeah.
Somebody who is in good shape.
You see, that's actually what I was asking, but I didn't want to be highly direct with that.
Why not, man? Say it with your chest, my brother.
No, I mean, like that's the thing, right? Like the media has a tendency of painting what sex appeal should be or how it looks like.
Well, when I said in great shape, it's not necessarily somebody who is, a certain, waist size or whatever.
Yeah.
It varies, but I suppose it all entails how you carry your body.
Yeah.
And that would mean you're in great shape.
Yeah.
Confidence is key, I feel.
Okay, confidence is key. Okay.
In many regards. So if we're talking about, getting your way in a debate, confidence is key. And timing is key too.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about confidence, it's all about, okay, so are you actually believing the words you're saying? Are you believing in the steps you're taking? Do you feel like you're an imposter when you walk into the room?
I definitely think, that's interesting. I definitely think there's an element of desire there.
You're a fraud?
Yeah, you think you're a fraud.
How well can you hide your fraud? Because there could be some frauds out here.
Yeah.
And they are just so confident and very good at lying. They talk the talk. Yeah. And behind the scenes it's a different story.
Yeah.
So how well are you at portraying the image that you want? That's what I feel fuels your sex appeal and your ability to drive a conversation a certain way.
I suppose it's also like somewhat perpetual. Perpetual. I think it feeds into itself. Like you have to be like, the more seduction that you display, the more adept you become and the more appealing you become to more people, So I definitely feel like it's a cycle that feeds itself, and that's why it almost feels like there's always like a group of exclusive people who just know how to do that, irrespective of what situation it is.
Yeah, like you.
No, man. Nah, man.
Because all this while, you've managed to avoid the question. We've gone all this way. You started us on this thing of finding the narcissist word, being a narcissist yourself, maybe. But I asked you a specific question, bro.
Yeah.
How you've personally gone about talking to people, getting your way out of people, be it women, because you've had girls in the past, and for you to be in a particular situation where there's a opportunity for intimacy, there must be some sort of grafting.
Yeah.
So how have you done that? Not necessarily, solely to women, of course, but in your workplace, in different environments, social environments, and things of that nature. When you may not have maybe seen, but wait a minute, you tend to agree. You tend to be agreeable. So is that your way?
I mean, that's part of it, I guess. If I look back on it, I guess also we all know what our strengths are.
So is your strength, Mr. Speaking? Listen, man, that's my second language, bro. You cannot, bro. If anybody speaks generally in parables, bro, that's me. So I'm gonna call you out on that. I'm asking you, Mr. Losika, just Losika,
just Losika,
So how have you gone about it? Is it by virtue of just being agreeable? I'm asking directly.
Yes, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It's a wrap. That was the point of this episode.
See you next week. So you're an agreeable motherfucker.
I'm an agreeable motherfucker, I guess, bro.
God damn.
Damn. I don't know. That sounds bad. That just feels like I never stand my ground, But that's not the case, though. I just like to hear what people. Yeah, it's not that deep. I just like to hear what people have to say, have to offer. Yeah. And once they've spoken, I will say what I have to say. I will make my declaration, like you always say.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing, bro. I know that took a lot, and it's so I'm gonna maybe reward the conversation.
Oh yeah,
by sharing a little bit myself.
Yeah, tell us about how you go about things.
I feel like I've seen more of a result when I'm more agreeable. I tend not to be so agreeable.
I've taken note of that. You can, man. You can be. You're very. It's very subtle, but you can be very in your face. When you want what you want, you will make it known that you want what you want, and you're trying to get what you want. And that is not in even the slightest sexual manner. Yeah. I've seen it in the way we interact. You could have an idea at mind, and you would want to work on that idea, and you would want to drive that idea immediately. So yeah, you're a very straightforward person. You're a straight shooter.
Yeah. So I found like it's might not be the most effective way.
Yeah.
Because all the stuff that I'm seeing when it comes to seduction is, like you've said, meeting the person where they are or agreeing with them, not being so abrasive.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I've, tried to watch a little bit because, of course, the way I see things might not be the optimal way. Yeah. It might not be the best way. So I'm definitely open to that. But then when it comes to conversation, maybe letting things go a little bit in terms of, okay, it's not that deep. Yeah, sure. But then I always still try to be true to myself. So at times my opposing thoughts will come out, man. And I feel like they sometimes I just have to let them breathe a little bit. Like, yeah. So
I know you definitely have to have some rebuttal to some degree.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. And then I tend to have a problem with people who don't. Yeah. So not to say that I have a problem with you. But
no, I agree.
It's not just you. It's not just you.
I do agree because it could lead to the conversation of questioning that individual's personality and integrity.
Yeah.
It's like, do you have a backbone? What do you actually stand for? Are you your own individual? What are you bringing to this table and the conversation?
But it's so tricky because some people will argue that it's better to be adaptable. And if to say it in a word, like to be a little bit of a chameleon. Yeah. So if you're I
thought you were going to say another word, to be a little bit of a puss or something. Lil bitch. Yes, damn, clearly my mind is somewhere else.
Well, I mean, look, that's another way of looking at it.
Yeah. Right? I mean, people do perceive people who aren't very outspoken, assertive in that light, you know?
Yeah, like why would you just, change your colors and depending on the way, the sort of frequency or the texture of the room? I feel like that's it's not sincere. It's not a very
true
sincere,
to your character and yourself.
It's not a very sincere way of going about it because we can't befriend everybody, right? So at some point, you're going to have to just maybe agree to disagree, right?
Yeah.
But then when it comes to getting what you want, you're going to have to let go of your ego a little bit.
Definitely.
Because for me, if we're talking about a way to maybe edit a video and you have a way of doing it and I have a way of doing it, I may have to let go of my way just for progressive reasons. Yeah. If you're in a relationship, right? And
those are the most trickiest ones, though,
dude. And you
but I'm gonna let you speak.
And you and your lady, let me dig my grave.
Dig your grave, bro.
You could have sold that better. Then I would have been as aware. See, part of subtlety is part of part of being, seductive or being a con artist or whatever. Is subtlety. So
I mean, not always. Can you turn around from this conversation? The camera's rolling. The people are watching.
Trust me, I can.
The people want the scoop.
Okay, so I'll give them a scoop. So if you're in a relationship, right? Yeah. And don't make me self-conscious, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very diplomatic because that's the way I like to express certain personal things. But when you're in a relationship and let's say for some reason you have different perspectives when it comes to religion or something like that.
Yeah.
Or let's say you want to do like a Bible study, if you will.
Yeah.
How about
that? Let's neutralize everything.
And your lady doesn't want to do that. So how are you going to go about having her partake in your Bible study?
Make her see how enjoyable Bible studies is, man.
So what? Right? Just cap it.
Sometimes you have to do that, bro. If it's for Jesus, I will cap any day, man.
You'll cap for Jesus?
I'll cap for Jesus, bro. I will definitely cap.
Hashtag, right?
Yeah, but I guess, I mean, some things can be perceived. You can allude to things, but you can also show them in action. Like I think some people have a difficulty of being told what to do as opposed to you leading in action.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that's one of those scenarios where you would rather lead in action and they'll follow suit as opposed to kind of saying, yo, we got to read the Bible today,
Yeah.
what chapters are you reading? You know, like, yeah.
So I suppose the way you come in matters.
Yeah. The way you go in,
Yeah, so you're going to have to meet them, as you said, where they are. So it's not going to be as a matter of, okay, having them maybe understand where you're coming from the onset. Yeah. Because people are different, right?
Yeah.
So I suppose it would then be a matter of coming in a little bit softer.
I mean, if you want to put it like that, you can make inquiries, right?
Yeah.
I mean, first question would be, off the top of my head, would be, why is she not interested in reading the Bible with me, right?
Yeah.
And maybe she would much prefer having a conversation. And maybe after engaging in conversation, we may have to fact check some stuff, you know, and that could.
Bro, you know where I'm at with it. I think people need to be convinced.
Yeah, definitely.
But they need to be convinced by seeing whatever you're putting out work for you.
So they want to see value.
It's value based, definitely. So if we're talking about having your lady do Bible study with you.
Why do I feel like that's a euphemism for something?
Bro, you're saying
like,
one, bro.
Having your lady do Bible study with you. What? Nigga, what?
Bro, I'm talking about Bible study.
Okay, bro, then make it clear that you're talking about Bible study, bro.
I thought I was being clear, man. I thought I was being clear.
Okay, we're talking about Bible studies, ladies and gentlemen.
So look, okay, so we're talking about Bible study. So if you want a lady to partake in Bible study, then she's gonna have to see Christ work
through you,
and for you.
This just got deep.
So like, yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yeah.
So if like, for example, you're an asshole, and you want your girl to do Bible study, it's not gonna happen, man. Like what?
Yo, be the better person, dude. Do some Bible studies, babe.
Yeah, like okay, look, I know I'm an asshole, babe, but like, look, let's just.
We really need this.
I need to do this for me.
That could work as well. Like your desperate plea for.
Well, sure. Yeah. I suppose that's another way of going about it. So authenticity is what I'm driving at.
Yeah.
And it depends on how well you sell that authenticity.
Yeah.
So if you're, trying to secure a deal, you're going to want to put the best version of yourself out so that people are confident in what they're buying into.
Yeah.
Whatever idea you're selling.
Yeah.
And if it's a matter of having her partake in Bible study with you, then it's going to be a matter of you inhabiting the fruits of the Spirit and her seeing that and her having maybe the real historical trend of you being this kind of person, and then she was going to buy into that.
I see.
She's going to buy into that more. So I suppose we could, expand that in many different regards, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to be the charming person that walks into a boardroom, what's your output? What do people have to reference you by?
Yes, I see. That's interesting.
Because you can't just come in as a newbie.
Yeah.
Well, that's my area of expertise, if you haven't noticed. I'm a very persuasive gentleman, Some say I get a lot of cheek. That's up to your own interpretation.
But
that's I was gonna probe on something because you mentioned authenticity, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone because I have like these points that I want to run by you.
Oh yeah?
But go on.
Yeah. So you're still speaking about authenticity.
Yeah.
And often I find myself questioning whether, there's a bit of scripting in that as well. Because when you put that situation of walking to the boardroom forward, I'm just thinking, really, if you're trying to convince some people, there must be some form of cap or scripting as well. There's definitely something that you observe in yourself that you would want to appeal to them and
enhance.
Have that as a driving force of the conversation. So do you think, like, in that sense, then seduction, going hand in hand with authenticity, entails a bit of capping and scripting things as well? Unfortunately,
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Because whatever we're buying isn't I mean, look, whenever something is advertised, it's not as good as it really is.
Yo, I've had some pretty good stuff that that was what I saw is what I got.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that's rare, I think. And that's actually some of the stuff that I like try to focus on so that I don't lie as much as the next man. So I'm going to have to put out, okay, so what I'm selling is very close to, because I mean, it's like, look, we do it all the time.
Yeah.
We put it in our CVs.
Yeah, that's true.
In interviews, we're going to speak so highly of ourselves and we're going to have scripted answers for what our weaknesses are and how we mitigate those weaknesses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So I feel like we have to be conscious of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2021, right? So some of these things are just, it's part of life, part of human nature.
It's interesting. It's interesting that you put it
so we
like
just
that.
know what it is.
Yeah.
The key is the gap.
Yeah.
Between
the cap and the real you.
So there's always going to be cap.
There's always going to be cap. But I want you to get to your questions. I think this will be good material for another episode as well. Like, maybe around like social media, influences and the likes,
Yeah, because we spoke about, I think we drove at respect a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think maybe the cap fuels our burning desire to be respected.
Definitely.
Man.
You have to put on a face.
Okay, look, so some of the stuff that I put down when it comes to...
I'm afraid.
Well, don't be afraid, bro. This is your
premeditated stuff.
This is your field, bro.
Right.
This is your field.
Shoot. I hope you can answer what you have down there. Yeah. How about that?
Okay, let me start by this. What do you make of conditioned responses and actions? What I mean by that is because, when you're trying to get something out of somebody, there are many different ways to go about that, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many different tools and keys and cues and actions and reactions.
Yeah.
And to be frank, it's quite a lot to think about, man.
Yeah.
So it's either you're an asshole or you're not.
Yeah.
Basically. But if you're trying to be like a suave guy, swag and get what you want out of people, right?
Yeah.
Be it women or other sort of people.
Yeah.
Conditioned responses and actions mean sort of encouraging and maybe training your victim or subject.
Jeez, man.
And what I mean by that is, let's say
training your victim, bro.
To lead them. I know. Look, I made a disclaimer. Look, we're not just talking about sex here.
Yeah,
we're talking about.
We're touching up on a lot of things. Yeah. Okay.
So if you're trying to get hired, if you're trying to get a client, if you're trying to make a friend, if you're trying to have sex, look, it's part of it all.
Yeah.
Right? So it depends on how you use these things. And to a certain extent, we do use some of these things. It just depends on how cognizant we are of them. So the conditioned responses and actions, say you're talking to somebody at a party and you guys are trying to maybe work together. And every time she, or let me just use her as the person as an, let's call her she.
Yeah.
Every time she, being whoever you're trying to work with, professional work or otherwise, every time she laughs, you maybe make a little bit more eye contact.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't want to say touch her.
Yeah. Okay. No, I get what you're saying.
But maybe nudge her on the shoulder a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
targeting the vulnerabilities.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
All I'm saying is
there's a theory that when you laugh, that's when you have your guard down.
Okay.
And when you say maintaining eye contact during that period or some sort of like intimate interaction, that could change the course of what you're actually discussing. So yeah.
So but it all sort of makes her, as you said, or the person, the subject, more open to you.
Yeah.
So they associate laughter with your touch subconsciously.
Yeah.
Or gesture.
Yeah. Yo, this is on some hypnosis level now.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that, I don't know.
Like, do you subscribe to that kind of thing?
No, I don't go that deep, man. That's super deep. I definitely know people who would go that deep,
Really?
but geez, that for me, that seems like too much effort. If I can't get what I'm trying to get out of that individual at just plain conversational level, I'm not gonna dig that deep unless I'm desperate, bro. When I'm desperate, I'll dig deep. But
bro, man, you said that like true words have never been spoken.
If it's a life and death matter, bro, man, like then something's gonna have to give, But in the general sense, no, I wouldn't go that deep. But I guess there is merit in that, I mean, you see it in like hypnotists do this all the time, even in the medical field. A medical hypnotist would associate certain things with.
I mean, they're triggers, right? Everybody has a trigger.
Yeah.
Whether that's a positive trigger or a negative trigger. And I suppose if you're trying to get people to buy into your ideas, you're going to have to positively trigger them. And
that sounds like some reinforcement theory.
Well, I believe so. Maybe the positive reinforcement would be how you gesture or what you do after they've, opened up a little bit more through either giving you information or, whatever level of, thing you're getting back. Be it information, be it a smile, be it a favor.
Yeah.
Be it a bailout. There's always a transaction of some sort. And I feel like the people who are really good at closing deals or having, things done their way, hit the spot.
Yeah.
When it comes to those reinforcements.
I feel you.
But it's a skill, right? Because you're going to want to know the kind of person you're dealing with.
For sure.
And it can be, you could do like a quick math thing.
Yeah.
So
that could probably happen in like the first 5 minutes of conversation.
Dude, and I think that happens a lot in like service-based industries.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So like, a shopping assistant would look at you,
size you up a bit and see what you can afford. Yeah. I've experienced that with
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it happens,
sizing,
bro.
Are we just out here just sizing each other up?
We do
all
it
day?
as well. Yeah, that's the thing.
Well,
do a quick scan and see what value proposition this person brings, and then you can
either exploit it or cut it off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's unfortunate.
I feel like car sales reps or sales execs do that a lot.
Yeah.
When they try and lowball you, they look at you and how fickle your character is, and then they know this one. Aha. We've got you. We're going to get a sweet deal out of this guy. Yeah. No, so I definitely think it happens, but I definitely think it depends on the position of the person exercising this, Sometimes it needs to happen, but like I said, in a general social setting, I wouldn't go as far as, making a concerted effort to apply these positive reinforcements and stuff.
Why? Is that too much to think about?
Yeah, it's too much to think about, and I just think it's a bit on a sociopath level as well. Like, yeah, what's that Netflix show? Is it with the creepy guy? Is it One or something?
Creepy. Oh, You.
It's You. I'm not saying One.
I never watched that, but I heard about it.
Yeah, man.
That
feel
was like in his head a lot.
Yeah, and he would premeditate a lot of things, and I feel like going that deep is sociopath level of creep.
But you can use some of these skills for the greater good, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. That I agree with.
Like, let's say, we have a meeting and we're going to talk about how we foresee that meeting to go. and it's premeditated at that point.
Yeah.
And I've seen many times, and I've also been involved in having that sort of premeditated notion of what we foresee this thing to be.
Yeah.
And acting it out.
Yeah.
In terms of how we bounce off, or when I end, you continue.
Yeah.
The point to sell the idea. So I wouldn't say I'm a sociopath because of that.
But you see the setting that you're referring to.
It being a constructive thing?
Yeah.
So is that what your determining factor for sociopath?
Yeah. I definitely think there's different seasons in which you can apply this.
Okay.
I mean, if we're out, like, hypothetically speaking, if we're out and we're trying to pick up some girls and we premeditated things to that level, I mean, that's very creepy.
Well,
like, it would creep me out. And I think if that person ultimately found out what you guys were scheming, they would be like, yo, these niggas are creepy, you know? But
look, yeah. I mean, sure. I mean, look, it's very noble for you to say that, but I mean,
yeah.
Look, let's get real, man. Guys go out and
this is what I was talking about.
I shoot straight.
You shoot straight, and you will. I don't know. I don't know if I should go as far as say you will go to like extreme lengths.
Is it
for you to get what you want?
No, fuck that, man.
Bro.
I'm not gonna go to the extreme. What extreme lengths?
I don't know. You tell me. It's your extreme, not my extreme, bro.
No, you're putting that on me, man.
Hey, it's just what I'm seeing, bro. It's just what I'm seeing.
Lengths.
Yeah. Do you hear what you just said?
No, but you didn't even let me finish. What I'm saying is, look, you're talking about guys, sort of colluding amongst themselves, saying, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Do you know how often that happens?
It does.
Bro, that happens in high school.
It does.
And your boys will gas you up and say, okay, so look, this is what you're going to tell us.
Yeah.
This is where you're going to go.
Yeah.
And the guy is we did that to, man, let me tell you. We did that to this guy and we gassed him.
Yeah.
This is way back in the day.
Yeah.
We gassed him up and we told him, so you have a shot with this girl.
Yeah.
He had no shot with the girl.
Damn.
So we gassed him up.
Damn, you guys.
And we colluded with him.
Yeah.
To have him go talk to her.
Yeah.
For our entertainment.
Damn.
To talk to her.
Y'all are snakes.
So no, that goes on at different levels because I'm sure you would know guys who've said, okay, so maybe you're having pre-drinks or something and they say, okay, so tonight this is what I want to do. And it's not going to be a matter of them taking it by force because we don't condone that kind of stuff. I'm talking about rape. We don't condone rape or anything like that. But guys will go out with the intention of having somebody to sleep with.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's psychopathic.
Yeah. I guess maybe
I think that's very normal because ladies do that too.
Yeah. Do they?
Hell yeah. What?
I'm
nowadays
being oblivious now.
nowadays ladies are going to be like, look.
They scheming.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they'll have you saying, Lord have mercy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
It's crazy out here.
Good Jesus, it's a fire. Yeah, I feel you.
It's crazy out here. So I feel like it depends on how you use it, man.
Yeah.
It depends on how you use it. Because of course it can be done for the greater good. Fine, we've just made an example of guys and girls who've premeditated a night of,
debauchery,
like going in, like mockery, running amok out here.
Yeah.
But it's equally the same for ministers, man.
Yeah.
Televangelists. Man, look.
Yo, you're taking this deep.
No, look, I'm saying because people are always... I feel like people are always selling something. And people are nowadays really selling themselves a lot. And I feel like, maybe not even nowadays, it's always been a thing. So when it comes to like, ministers who are God's servants, right?
Damn.
They're going to package God's word
in a
way, man.
Shiny, appealing way.
And it can be, it could be noble. It doesn't have to be so dark, but it's deliberate. It doesn't have to be dark, but it's deliberate.
I feel like you're bringing out so many things because I have some opinions about these flamboyant like ministers and stuff. Like I have some serious opinion.
Hello,
I feel like
prosperity preaching.
I feel like they're not hitting the main objective.
but it's they're selling the product of God and Christ.
But is it delivered in a way that the audience is? I don't want to go as far as is supposed to get it, but like in a way that is noble and gracious.
I mean, that's gray area.
Yeah,
because they might argue, look, we need to get them in,
and that's is that the line in? Like,
that's the line in. Oh, so this guy is well to do.
Yeah,
he's from our community. He gives us hope.
Yeah,
and that guy's gonna feed on that hope.
Yeah,
and he's gonna appeal to that. Yeah, and have them come in. And fine, he'll make reference to Jesus as he goes along in his messages and whatnot.
As if that's not the main objective, right?
No, but we're talking about prosperity preaching.
Mention him in passing, this guy called Jesus. Really,
he made all of this happen. But for you,
we got this
to have a life. That I live. Come to my church. Maybe not that raw. But they're definitely selling prosperity, and they make reference to Jesus, and they'll enhance that selling point to their audience, who just taps into that. Some people are looking for different things. People look for fire sometimes. Those fire churches. They'll talk about healing, and they'll have those kind of manifestations of adverse spirits, and
I suppose
people buy into that.
I suppose, as you mentioned, it's very highly dependent on, again, where that person is and what's gonna reel them in.
Exactly.
So.
And for what reason you're reeling them in. Of course, it can be dark. It can be very dark. Which we don't stand by here at Marimbas Podcast. Which we don't condone. We don't condone any acts of violence or
against anything
or abuse. So it could be for any reason, and hopefully it is for a good reason,
for a good cause.
And you just have to play to your strengths, man.
So what would you say? How would we tie this all together and wrap it up? Like seduction, because we've touched up on a lot of areas.
I feel I feel like
go ahead.
I feel like it's unavoidable to appeal to somebody's wants, needs, and desires. It's unavoidable because we're social beings.
That's how we relate to each other. That's how we connect.
Exactly. Exactly. That's how brands clash or gel together. So it's unavoidable. I feel like it's either you're cognizant of the ways in which you're appealing to somebody's wants, needs, and desires, or you're not. But ultimately, you are. You are doing that. You are doing that.
Or it's either you're the participant.
Like if you don't know what you're appealing to, you're the one being appealed to.
Right. That's how like freaking branding happens these
propaganda.
days. Propaganda
everywhere.
Marketing.
Propaganda is everywhere.
Branding. I mean, marketing, not branding.
So it's all a matter of
doctrine.
Like what you're selling and what reasons you're appealing to them in, and the methods in which you're appealing to them. So ultimately for me, I'm going to be a lot more thoughtful about how I interact. But not so mechanical, not in a very I'm going to be, still natural, but I'm going to be a lot more aware about it, of course. I feel like that's normal. I think that's the way we're going anyway. Anyway, like it's 2021, man. We're aware about certain things. Come on, like let's not kid ourselves here.
No, for sure.
But I'm definitely gonna always make it so that it's to something that I deem valid, legitimate, positive, and constructive.
For sure.
That's where I'm at with it. I didn't even get to my other points, man.
Damn, man.
But
because you've been going on forever, bruv.
Nah, dude, listen. who's a storyteller here between the two of us? Shall I tell these people what happened
No.
yesterday?
Let's omit that. Tune in the next episode.
In the next episode. What's your take around this? Is it like you subscribe to where I'm at with it?
I to some degree, you know, but I'm going to make reference to that point that you made about being a chameleon as well. You know, I definitely think mine boils down to context, you know. In the general life sense, I think I will be more easygoing and maybe run with just the oblivious mind that I have and gullible mind.
Listen, we're going to work on that.
Yeah, well, you know, this is a choice that I'm making.
No, it's not a good choice.
No, but all I'm saying is I'm not going to be so hot off the plate, you know?
Right.
Like I said, I like to hear what people have to say.
Sure.
And then kind of bounce off the energy and then find a middle ground in terms of, you know, what we're talking about and where this conversation is going, right? That's in the social aspect of my life. But when it comes to business and when it comes to work and stuff, like that's when I'm keeping it like hot, you know? That's when I'm very clear about what I want, because more often than not, it's difficult to like backtrack in scenarios like that as opposed to when you're casually chatting to people or making friends or building relationships, you know? So yeah, for me, it kind of boils down to that. I will definitely be more, but in a general sense, I'll definitely be more cognizant depending on the setting. I know like I can't run with just being gullible, but hey man, it's been working for me, man. Like, working for me.
All right, well.
Yeah, man.
There's always room for improvement, right?
There's always, I mean,
both outsides, both parts.
100%, man, 100%.
All right, well, on that note, it's the Marimbas podcast.
It's a wrap. It's been great.
I think so, man.
Yeah, this one was a juicy topic.
Yeah. There's a lot more to actually dive into, man.
100%.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Rhythmic, collaborative, and raw, baby.
Just how you like it.
Cheers.
I wasn't raised to be a scammer. I'm just a smart individual. So that one is a very fine line, I must say. Somebody who is just clever can be accused of scamming when they're just clever. Is it my fault that I know how to do my thing and you don't know? So you want to assassinate my character? You want to assassinate this character? You cannot kill the player. You kill the game, and you can't kill the game because you're just a human being. So it's not my business if you can't level up. It's like that. So it's not. I don't see any finesse. It's just are you clever? Are you not clever? Are you clever? It's just like that. Simple. So for your own good, be clever so they don't embarrass you.